when solving recurring problems becomes a recurring problem in and of itself. This is not for guys who are disorganized. If you want to get organized, if you want to put your lifestyle, your entire life on autopilot, buy my book, How to Get Organized, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com/products. It's like having an assistant or two or three, and you literally don't have to think. All you have to do is look at your Tick app in the morning. The book was written on the Wunderlist app. The Tick app is the same but better, and when you follow through on that, you're going to be completely organized. It's probably the most important piece of content on my site. I think it's the most useful, the organizational system, more so even than the sales stuff, which is going to make you more money. It's the foundation of everything that I do. Doing this video right now came from me looking at my Tick saying, okay, it's time for my daily content, my daily weekday content. This video though is for guys who are already organized and who have a tendency towards perfectionism, have a tendency towards taking massive control over your environment. That's all a good thing, by the way, okay? I think you need to be a control freak. And the more that's within your realm of control, the better things tend to go, okay? I've never had anything work out for me by accident. I've never had a business work by accident. I've never had a situation where I was like, man, I wish I took less control over my environment. But I've had a million examples of, fuck, I should have taken more control over that. Or an area of my life where I let slack. Because everything's my fault, everything's my responsibility. Okay, that's how I look at life. So this is for guys who already have a lot of control over their environment, and it's becoming a problem. So the first thing you need to do is accept some inefficiencies. I would accept maybe 85% perfection, 85% solutions. I'll give you an example. In Thailand, I had a great system set up for pickup of laundry and delivery. They were at my house within 30 minutes. It was one step away from having an assistant who literally wouldn't even tell me, when they were coming, when they were going, and my laundry and everything would just be set up. That would be the ideal. That was the next step down. Country I'm at in Eastern Europe, I don't have that. The best I have is walking to and from the laundromat. And I give them a week's worth of clothes, drop off another week's worth with the same bag every Saturday. Okay? I don't have to go there Saturday, Wednesday because I have a million of these H&M t-shirts. I have a million of these polos. I can easily get through a week without having last week's laundry. That's not ideal. Ideally, I have an assistant who just does everything and I don't even hear about the fact that my laundry was being picked up or dropped off because they have keys to my place. And to me, I have a lot of my stuff automated through the How to Get Organized system. And it's not particularly hard, the stuff that I need to do. It's just kind of dumb and time consuming. But it is much harder to find someone who's just going to be consistent in doing that stuff. The vast majority of people won't. And, when I travel, they're not going to be coming with me. So I've just accepted Saturdays, Sundays, I've got a certain amount of chores for now, okay? If I have a girlfriend in the future and her job's going to be house management, then that's probably going to be handled. But until then, I accept a certain amount of inefficiencies in those areas. And I've accepted the optimization that I have right now. And I'm good with that. So that's number one. Accept more inefficiencies, aim for 85% towards perfection. Aiming towards 100% of perfection is going to drive you insane. And you're going to try and over control your reality, and it leads to this really uncomfortable hypervigilance that you don't need on shit that's not making you more money. Which brings me to point number 2, prioritize wealth over control. Let me say that again, prioritize wealth over control. Chances are when you took aggressive control over your life, aggressive organization over your life, maybe you even got it from my book, things weren't going particularly well for you. Chances are. I mean, my whole process of control started at 20. had this giant binder of things that I wanted. And before then, I was like the messiest kid in the class. You know, my teacher was always dumping my desk over for it being a mess. Organized, I never thought I would have a book on how to get organized. I was the last person who would write a book like that. But I was, 20 years old. My life was going nowhere. I was failing out of university. I knew I needed to take massive control. I was disgusted with the way that I was living. My room and everything was a mess. I had nothing going on. And over time, that eventually developed into this organizational system that I sell to you guys today, that I live on today. But with time, I also became, successful. Look, there's a lot more successful people, but I'm doing all right. And wealth, when you prioritize that, okay, now you're more comfortable with certain inefficiencies, because control is not the organization, and control is not the primary purpose of your life. Organization is the foundation, okay? And don't get me wrong, I'm the guy who wrote the fucking book on organization. It's the foundation, okay? But it is not the priority. Getting paid is the priority. So some 15% inefficiencies, that's okay when you're collecting the check and your money keeps going up.